What's going on, YouTube modeling community? Pappy here at West Georgia Rods and Customs. As you can tell, I am not in the bench or at the bench, anything like that. I'm in the kitchen tonight. Thought I'd do another little Pappy's how-to of what he cooks. Many of you know, as you can tell, I love to cook. I got my gloves on, so I'm not playing doctor either. But when I cook, I always bring these gloves home from work and like to, especially if you're handling meat or anything like that. So you want everything to be as clean as possible when you're presenting your delicacies. What we're doing actually, this is going to be a kind of a 2 or 3 part process. I'm going to show you the prep work that I do with what we're making is we got a nice about a 5-pound pork butt right here. Man, I tell you what, I've been jonesing to cook this thing. Got it out, got everything ready to do on it. Some of our ingredients that we're going to use that I like to use, I use a pork rub. I'm not just any kind of pork rub. I'm not going to throw it out there. Usually if it's got paprika, let's see what else, garlic powder, things like that in there. Let's see, it's got salt, sugar, all the good ingredients, brown sugar, spices, just different spices that companies tend to use. But paprika, chili powders and things like that, garlic powders, that's what I look for in a rub. And usually I do it the night before. So I'm gonna be smoking this pork butt right here probably about 6 hours tomorrow. And I'll show y'all the process that I like to do. But the pork rub that I got right here, as far as I call it butt rub, got a good glass of, not beer, I got that right here, but I've also got apple juice. I like, anytime I'm doing smoking meat, I like to take and inject, I do an injection of apple juice on it, just different areas, about a cup, that's normally about good. Then I cover it up, then I, take the pork rub, or the butt rub as known as, and cover it up, rub that in, let it set for about 24 hours before I get started with it. And then I get started early in the morning as far as with the process of smoking the meat itself. I'll get up probably about 9 o'clock, get the smoker going, and once I get it up to the temp, usually about 300, that's when I throw it on there, and then I just start going from there. But it's a fun process. I enjoy doing smoking a big old, I like smoking it all. I'm just no hippie from the past. I smoke it all. But I like smoking, I like doing the Boston butts, ribs, love doing ribs, pork loins, things like that. And it may, you save up, I save up a lot of the meat and just you make sandwiches out of it, carry it to work, share it with the guys, things like that. So anyhow, let me turn the camera down and we'll show you what we're gonna get started with. All right, here we go, guys. As you can tell, about a 5-pound Boston butt right there. Got some pork rub right here, better known as butt rub. Got about a good cup of apple juice. Apple juice, not apple cider vinegar or anything like that. Got me an injection needle, and I'm fixing to get started. First thing I like to do is just take a little bit of this apple juice and just kind of coat that. What we're gonna do is just get the meat wet. That's about all you gotta do. Just wet that meat down just a little bit. Then you can get these injection, if you've got an injector, I saved this one over from Thanksgiving last year. I inject a lot of turkeys and stuff when I fry turkey. But I saved a couple of these from last year, and just pull you out about fill it up. Just fill it up like that, and just go to injecting. Just what I like to do is hit all the meaty areas, and just fill it up full of apple juice. And you want to do it in just different levels in the meat itself. And all you're doing it keeps the meat more moist. I don't trim away any fat in mine. A lot of guys, I'm not one of the guys that does professional or goes and does all these contests and everything on pork. Everybody's probably freaking out, going, "Oh my God, you're doing what?" I do this because it tastes good. I'm not trying to win a contest. I go to model car shows. I don't go to pork. I don't go to barbecue contests. I love doing what I'm doing right here. But yeah, this is fun. This is just a good excuse for me to sit on the patio and smoke meat all day and enjoy our afternoons. Just doing what we want to do. You're gonna get a little bit of residue, what I call it, down in the basin after it's gonna soak in. Whoa! That just went all over me. I guess did it again. When you start getting blowback like what you're seeing right there, you pretty much got it saturated. So I'm gonna set that to the side right there, and gonna clean up on aisle 4 right here. I'll have to get that up. Take your pork or your butt rub or whatever you're using. That's what I find this at. You can get this at any supermarket pretty much, but like the ingredients, you can make your own for all that's concerned. I couldn't find the normal stuff that I normally use, so just knowing the ingredients of what was in what I can't find and finding it in the others, in other brands, that's what I like to do. All right, well, the pork butt is pretty much saturated with apple juice. Why do I use apple juice? Apple juice tends to give it a little sweeter taste during the smoking process. And if you use a pork rub or if you use a butt rub that's got different kind of spices, look for it if it's got if it's got brown sugar or some kind of sugars in it. That keeps it a little sweeter. You talk about Memphis style, Kansas City style, South Carolina style barbecue. I do this Georgia style. But what you're looking for is just coat this thing down. What we're gonna do is just let it sit overnight in whatever apple juice comes out of it, and any of the apple juice that's remaining in the bottom of the pan, you're gonna use that as you marinade the next day. I wouldn't say marinade, but you're gonna just kind of keep pouring that juice back over this until you're really finished doing your smoking on it. But just make sure you get a good even coat of this butt rub on it. We're gonna put it under probably about, like I say, 6 to 8 hours, depends on how early I get started. If I get started pretty early, I'll normally smoke it for about 3 to 4, then finish it out, wrap it up in aluminum foil for about a couple hours, and then finish it out on the grill. But that saves a lot of makes the cooking process a little bit easier on you. But like I say, about 3 hours of smoke. I don't like it too smoky. Some guys do this and it's like eating freaking charcoal. But I like a light smoke on my barbecue. And you can do it to whatever your taste level desires. When you cook for yourself. You ain't cooking for the public. You're cooking for yourself. And I ain't never seen anybody turn down what I'm cooking, so we'll leave it at that. Okay, got it? Let's see, about a quarter. What you're looking for is just an even coating on top of this thing. And then what we'll do right here is I'm gonna shuck these. I just kind of scrape my fingers off after I do this, and then pat it into that. But remember, you're saving the juice for tomorrow that comes out of here. What I'm gonna do now is just cover it up with a, I think I got a lid that'll fit this. If I ain't, I'll cover it up with aluminum foil and we'll go from there. Let me turn this off, let me get my gloves off and I'll show you where we go from there. Okay, now we got us a lid. I didn't have to wrap it in aluminum foil. Got it in a little Tupperware, a little pretty big good size Tupperware dish. Put this back in the refrigerator. We're gonna let it set for about probably, what time is it now? About 7, yeah, it's about 7:45 Eastern Standard Time. I'm gonna put this back in there. We'll let it set overnight for about 12, maybe 13, 14 hours. I'm gonna get up in the morning and show you where we start from here. This is how you get started on this, and I'll pick back up where I left at tomorrow morning. Hope everybody has a great evening. Don't forget, tune back into Pappy's Kitchen. God bless y'all. Take care.